for 10 years. James watched his wife, Clara, perform what he called the kitchen miracle. James was a smart man, but in the kitchen, he was a disaster. If he boiled water, it burnt. If he made toast, the smoke alarm cheered. But Clara, she moved like a ghost. She'd walk into a kitchen that looked like a hurricane had hit it, and within minutes, there would be a perfect meal and total silence. The mystery wasn't her cooking. It was the cabinet. Above the stove was a small, locked wooden cabinet. James never saw her open it, but every time he left the room for a split second, he'd hear a click-clack sound, and suddenly, the meal would be finished. He became obsessed. He started fake leaving the room and peeking through the door crack, but she was too fast. He told his buddies at work, "I think she's got a portal in there, or maybe an ancient spice that makes time move faster." He was genuinely convinced that the secret to why women belong in the kitchen was locked in that cabinet. One afternoon, Clara went for a jog and for the first time in a decade left the key on the counter. James's heart was drumming against his ribs. This was it. The mystery was over. He grabbed the key, his hands shaking. He climbed onto a stool, inserted the key, and braced himself for a glow of golden light, or the smell of 1,000 years of history. He swung the door open. Inside, there were no spices, no portals, no magic. There were just 3 items: an old dusty television remote, a pair of noise-canceling headphones, and a small, handwritten laminated sign. James was staring at the sign, his brain spinning, when Clara walked in. She didn't look angry, she just looked tired. She saw him holding the sign and sighed. "You just couldn't let the mystery stay, could you?" James looked at the headphones, then back at the sign in his hand, which read, "Step 1. Tell James the recipe is highly sensitive, so he leaves. Step 2. Put on headphones so you can't hear him asking where the scissors are. Step 3. Order takeout and put it in our own bowls before he comes back." James looked at her, devastated. The last 10 years, the kitchen miracle was just delivery. Clara took the sign from him, put on the headphones, and said, "James, I don't belong in the kitchen because I can cook. I belong in the kitchen because it is the only room in this house where you're too intimidated to come in and ask me where your socks are. Now go back to the living room. The miracle is arriving in 20 minutes, and I need you to pretend you're impressed."